When you sleep, you go through phases of what's called REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, and deep sleep. And the brain goes into different brainwave states in those phases. So in REM sleep, you're more in a theta state, and in deep sleep, you're in a delta state. And different things happen in those states. So in the REM or theta state, your brain is emotionally processing, you get memory consolidation, and many other good things happening in the brain around sorting out what you've learned, where you've been, who you are, and what happened to you the day before, or for whenever. Yeah? And deep sleep state is much more when you go into, there's some memory consolidation happens and so on, but what's happening is the brain is primarily cleaning itself. So you get a flood of cerebrospinal fluid, a withdrawal of neuroglia to allow that fluid to flow through. And when that doesn't happen, you tend to get plaques built up in the brain, which lead to things like Alzheimer's and early dementia. So sleep is a super important thing, and the quality of sleep is super important. When we want to access a theta state, we can emulate the rapid eye movement of the REM state. And this is also used in trauma work. So for example, EMDR is a kind of trauma-based work which has some good results, and that's eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So somebody goes back into the trauma, and as they're talking about it, they do eye movements, eye saccades as they're called, left to right, left to right, left to right. And one of the principles behind that is those eye saccades that occur in the theta state, in the dream state, creates a unified experience of left to right hemispheres in the brain, and it enables that emotional processing. Now also the thing about the theta state is it's the state of creativity and the state of imagination. So if you want to take yourself into a theta state, you can take yourself there. You can go into slow, deep breath, which will drop you into an alpha state, and then drop down into the alpha state, go deep into the theta state by bringing in the eye saccades. So let's try that for a few minutes. So first of all, let's go to the super coherent breath. Close your eyes. That's a really good beginning. As soon as you close your eyes, depending on the light in the room, but as soon as you close your eyes, there'll be a drop into the alpha state by the reduction of visual information. You come into the super coherent breath, spreading the nostrils, tongue in place. 12 seconds on an inhale. 12 to 24, 30 seconds on an exhale. And we do 9 breaths like this. And then after you've done 9 breaths, you come into the in-breath, the same breath, but start moving the eyes left to right. It's quite rapid. It's twice per second on the inhale and the exhale. And as you come up on the inhale, come to peak point of the inhale, hold the breath briefly, take the eyes looking up, and then exhale, saccade the eyes on the way down. So I'll repeat that instruction. It's a saccade of the eyes, left to right, all the way up. When you get to the peak point of the inhale, hold the breath briefly, eyes looking up, and then come down with the descent of the exhale, I saccade all the way down. And to finish the practice, bring your hands up onto your eyes. We'll do humming breath into the eyes. To the ears. The chest and the belly. And there you have it, access to the creative state. If you want to play with that, I mean, many people have done things in the past. I think it was Thomas Edison, if I remember correctly, who used to have a little metal bar he used to hold in his hand. He used to drop himself into the state just between waking and sleeping. So he wanted to go into creative state to create inventions. Yeah, so take himself into that state, and when he dropped the metal bar, he'd wake up. Yeah, and then do it again. So taking yourself into that state is a practice you can do. Many people have done this. Scientists do this. Ramanujan, Einstein dreamt about the riding on a sunbeam, which was the start of the theory of relativity. Kekule came up with a dream of a snake eating its tail, which was the benzene ring. So scientists are artists, and artists are scientists. Leonardo da Vinci talked about studying the art of science and the science of art. Yeah. So getting into the creative state is a practice you can do, and you can take yourself there. And that's one simple breath-based practice to engage with that. Thank you.